Microburst. Flight 191 was on final approach when it suddenly dropped from the sky and crashed short of the runway, killing 137 people. Weather conditions seemed acceptable, the pilots were experienced, and the aircraft was functioning normally. So, what went wrong? A microburst is a column of sinking air that descends from a thunderstorm, creating extreme winds in an area less than a few miles wide. From the ground, it just looks like a distant rain shaft. But for aircraft, microbursts are nightmares. As a plane enters the microburst, it first encounters strong headwinds that increase lift, causing the aircraft to rise. Pilots instinctively reduce power. A few seconds afterward, the wind shifts to a powerful downdraft that slams the aircraft toward the ground. By the time pilots recognize what's happening and apply full power, it's often too late. Rogue wave. You're on a container ship in the middle of the ocean. The seas are rough but manageable, with waves running around 10 feet, and weather forecasts show nothing unusual. Then, without warning, a giant wall of water appears from nowhere and slams into the vessel. Rogue waves are solitary waves that appear suddenly in open ocean, reaching heights of 60 to 100 feet or more. They don't announce themselves with increasing wave patterns. One moment the sea looks normal, the next moment a mountain of water is bearing down on you. These waves form when multiple smaller waves synchronize perfectly, combining their energy into a single massive wall of water. Several large ships were lost due to the rogue waves, often with no survivors to explain what happened. Dry lightning. You're hiking through a forest on a cloudless summer day when suddenly a tree explodes into flames 50 feet away. There was no storm, no rain, no thunder you could hear. What just happened? You've witnessed dry lightning, which is one of nature's strangest troublemakers. Dry lightning occurs when a thunderstorm produces lightning, but no rain actually reaches the ground. The rain evaporates while falling through a deep layer of hot, dry air, leaving only the electrical activity of the storm. People often describe this phenomenon as clear sky lightning, and in meteorology, it's even known as a bolt from the blue. Soil liquefaction. The 2011 Tohoku earthquake in Japan registered 9.0 on the moment magnitude scale. Some buildings that survived the initial tremors suddenly began sinking into the ground, tilting at impossible angles as the soil beneath them turned to liquid. Soil liquefaction occurs when water-saturated soil loses its strength during earthquake shaking. In seconds, solid ground transforms into a dense fluid. Buildings sink and tilt as the ground beneath them loses all bearing capacity. Gas outburst. In 1986, residents near Lake Nyos in Cameroon went to sleep in their homes. The next morning, thousands of people and animals around were found dead in their beds. There were no signs of violence or any obvious cause. For years, the lake had been accumulating massive amounts of dissolved gas under pressure. Then, triggered by a landslide, the lake released immense plumes of carbon dioxide within minutes. Being heavier than air, the carbon dioxide cloud rolled down valleys like an invisible fog, displacing oxygen and suffocating everything in its path. Gravity waves. You're enjoying skiing under calm conditions when suddenly the entire slope releases in a catastrophic avalanche. There was no obvious trigger, no new snowfall, or no loud noise. What has gone wrong? Gravity waves are oscillations that occur when the air moves up and gravity pulls it back downward, creating ripples that can travel hundreds of miles across the sky. When these waves pass over snow-covered slopes, they create microscopic vibrations and pressure changes in the snowpack. This can trigger avalanches in unstable snow layers. These invisible waves reveal themselves as bands of clouds when moisture condenses along the wave crests. Icequake. Residents in cold climates sometimes report explosion-like sounds on frigid winter nights, accompanied by house-shaking vibrations. Cryoseims occur when water in saturated soil freezes rapidly during extreme cold snaps. As water expands into ice, it builds pressure until the surrounding soil or rock fractures suddenly, releasing energy as seismic waves. Submarine methane burst. There are massive methane deposits in some regions which are trapped on the seafloor. Under specific temperature and pressure conditions, they release huge volumes of gas and create ascending plumes of gas bubbles that dramatically reduce water density. A ship floating on normal seawater might suddenly find itself in water so aerated that it can't stay afloat. The vessel can sink in seconds, too quickly for distress calls. Heat burst. It's a peaceful midnight in a quiet Kansas town. The temperature has been a comfortable 70 degrees Fahrenheit all evening. Strangely, the temperature spikes to 100 degrees Fahrenheit within 20 minutes. Then, just as suddenly, everything returns to normal. You've experienced a heat burst, one of meteorology's strangest and most dangerous phenomena. The temperature spike can cause heat-related illness and create very hazardous conditions for any living thing outdoors. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.